We are seeing unprecedented levels of stress in the world. And stress right now is higher at greater rates than ever. If there is one silver lining from the recent several years, is that now mental health, stress, burnout has grown, and it is something that people are talking about. 70% of people have at least one feature of burnout. 72% of people are struggling with stress, and approximately that same number have said that the past several years have been the most stressful of their entire professional careers. So what can we do?
Okay, so a question then. If I wanted to be, this is flipping the coin, if I wanted to be really, really stressed and really, really anxious, right? And I wanted maybe a bit throw in some depression. If I wanted stress and anxiety, how should I live?
That's a great question. Get on your phone, make sure it's on high brightness, and scroll through every social media platform, every news platform, watch graphic content of videos of horrible, terrible things happening in the world at midnight. Keep doing that off and on until 4, 5 a.m. Your cortisol spike usually happens around 6 a.m. Of course, make sure that you check your phone right away, right when you get up out of bed, and continue scrolling. This is a really fun exercise. What not to do rather than what to do. It won't be one day because you do have some reserves, but if you did this for 1 month, I would say, instead of like one day.
I'm going to do it for 1 month.
Yeah, 30 days. 30-day plan to maximize anxiety and stress. No movement whatsoever.
Just stay in bed.
Stay in bed or sit, as sedentary as you can. Skimp on your sleep as much as you can.
Yeah.
In every possible way. Sleep late, keep waking up throughout the night, and make sure that you get as little sleep as possible for as long as possible. Don't spend time with anyone. Don't stay on your phone day and night, day and night, day and night. No movement. Make sure that you have, if you're on your phone, great, but if you have a TV on, make sure it's on in your bedroom too, on full volume all night long.
That's going to make me stressed?
Yes, it will. Keep it on like a news channel all night long. So what can we do? We can honor our breaks. And there was a study by Microsoft done not too long ago, which showed that even taking 10-minute breaks, like 3 to 4 10-minute breaks throughout the day, can have a cumulative impact on your stress. Can help with your mood, productivity, sense of engagement. So it's not like, breaks are nice to have. They should be an essential part of your workday because it helps manage your stress in the workday. It is a way to honor your breaks, to get back into that sweet spot of human productivity so that you can have just right stress.
What is the evidence that shows exercise helps with stress management? What is the research?
Reams of research on exercise helping with stress. And the real misconception is that you have to do a lot of exercise to manage stress. And that is unequivocally false. Even a little bit of exercise can help because it gets you out of your head and into your body. A few minutes here and there can make all the difference. Park far away when you're driving someplace and you're going to a restaurant or you're going into a mall, a shopping center. Park far and walk if you can. Build it into your day throughout the day. Take the stairs if you can. It is just small incremental changes over the course of a day. Aim for 20-minute walk. It has lots of health benefits. It gets you out of your head into your body. It gets you into that daily habit of movement. Initially, when you are a sedentary person and a lifelong non-exerciser, going into the gym to exercise is like a complete deterrent. I remember as a medical resident, when I was going through my stress struggle, I had a state-of-the-art gym in my building. I remember being incredibly stressed and, I'm a doctor. I was like, oh yeah, exercise is good for me. I walked into the gym. I saw the mirrors. I saw all of the fancy equipment, the techno music blasting. I walked right out. I then started a walking regimen simply because it was nice out one day and I walked around the block. And then I was like, oh, that felt really nice. Next day, I walked around the block and then some. Did a 5-10 minute extra walk. And then the next day, it was manageable. It was a low lift. It was easy for me to do. It wasn't like all this complicated equipment. So I walked a little bit more and I just gradually moved up over the course of a week or two to 20 minutes. And then I committed to a 20-minute walk. It's not so much that walkers are less stressed. It's that movement, when you go from being sedentary to moving, that Daily physical activity, even at low levels, can help decrease your stress. When we are going through life on autopilot and we are doing a million things, we often go to bed at night and we're like, what did we just do? What was the point of all of that, right? Like, human beings are meaning-seeking, purpose-driven creatures, and live a lifetime in a day is my universal prescription to patience. It is helpful when you have 70 years to live. It's helpful when you have 7 days to live. And what it essentially means is that there are 6 areas of what make up the arc of a long and meaningful life. And the prescription is to bring those 6 areas into one day, even for a minute or two. So when your head hits the pillow at night, you have a sense of fulfillment, of meaning, of purpose. The 6 elements of live a lifetime in a day are childhood. Spend a few minutes every day in a sense of wonder and play, whatever that may mean to you. Work. For most of us, it's hours, so that's easy, right? Like doing something, whether it's paid or unpaid, that gives you a sense of meaning and accomplishment. Solitude. Spend some time alone to reflect and really think about. We know that spending time alone is helpful for our mental health and well-being, also for creativity. Vacation, that's an easy one. Spend time, even if it's a few minutes a day, doing something you love. And the example of that is the most common that I've seen with patients is people love playing a musical instrument, let's say the guitar. And this is one particular patient I'm thinking about. And she loved playing the guitar. And I asked her, when was the last time you played the guitar? And she said, oh my God, it's been like 6 months. And I have 3 guitars at home. And I said, why? She said, because I have 3 kids and I have lots of stress and I have a job and my husband. I said, well, what about just like 2 minutes every day? Like, bring that into your life. You just do it for the joy of playing the guitar. And so she did every single day. And she played a song. And then over time, she played 2 songs. And then she started playing 30 minutes a day. But initially, it's like that, because we have that all or nothing fallacy. So we don't do it at all. Vacation, so build that in a little bit, something that brings you joy. Then family. Doesn't mean you have to have a family, but spend time in community with loved ones, engaging with some people, whether it could even mean a quick phone call. And then finally, retirement. Spend a few minutes taking stock of your day, figuring out what worked, what didn't. And then that is the prescription essentially to lead a wonderful, fulfilling life. So when your head hits the pillow at night, you feel that deep sense of satisfaction. You've hit all 6 areas. Even if it's a minute or two, you're like, oh yeah, I spent some time in childhood. I spent some time, and that is the antidote to hustle culture, because when we are feeling stressed and burned out and always on the go and living with our amygdala, we often will be doing so much during the day. And then we go to bed at night and we don't feel a sense of accomplishment at all. And then you wake up and you do it again the next day. And so how do you bring in that sense of joy and meaning and purpose into our life every day? That's one way.